but because I have some stuff that I need to do tonight, I figured we'd just do it today. But we'll let some people join in. I'm going to share it here, and then we'll get going. But I do want to say for everybody that watches these beyond the fact, these have been doing very well in the after time. So like after the video is up, it has been doing very well. And so I appreciate all of you who watch these after the fact. That is very helpful to me to make a solid, you know, way to, you know, build up and the live streams to do well after they have been going on. So I appreciate all of you. This video is incorrect. Hang on. Let me think. What did I call this thing? What did I call this stream? Talking about Attack on Titan concert. And Ecchi Expo plus merch haul. All right. All right. Okay. Now that's good. Let's see here. All right. If anyone is here, if you guys could let me know that this is actually, you can hear me and everything, that would be great. Let me copy this. Let me share this. Whoops. Copy. And paste. Okay. Alrighty. So I know this is a bit earlier in the day, so we probably will not have as many viewers, which is fine. But I do want to go over this so that I can make it into a video later on as well. Let me fix this. This shirt is too loose to be a streaming shirt. So anyway, I do want to talk about it, but I do want to go over some of the merch as well that I got. So first off, let's talk about the Attack on Titan concert. I have been gone for about a week. And during that week, I was in Florida, and I went to the Attack on Titan Beyond the Walls world tour thing. This thing, hang on. This Beyond the Walls world tour, the official concert. This was pretty cool. So it is not like the actual composers or anything from the series. It is, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Unfortunately, right now I'm not. Wait, no, I do have a way to do multi-stream. Yeah, okay. But anyway, this is not both of the original composers for Attack on Titan. This is a different, like, it is the same music, but it is a different composer that is doing it, a conductor and everything, which is fine, and it's still cool and everything. But it was pretty good. I will say it is not any different than the standard. Hello, welcome in. Hello, Skylar. Hug. Oh, yeah, Nez is back there. Nez is going to have a big role in a video this week. I'm excited to do that. the concert wasn't really anything more than what those like the Dragon Ball cons or the Dragon Ball concerts or anything like that are. So really, it was nothing like insane, but it was pretty fun to go to. I enjoyed it. There's not a lot to talk about whenever it comes to the concert, really. So I'll just show off what I got. I will say this: the venue was really nice. Um, the uh, um, the venue was nice. The merch was stocked up really well. They were. I was afraid that the merch would be all sold out. It was not. So thankfully, that was not an issue. I did pick up the vinyl thing here. I am adorable and Nezuko is cute. Well, thank you. I did also pick up the shirt, which is pretty much just the same thing as that, but it's neat. Hang on. But all of the merch was still in stock, like after the show. Well, besides one thing, but for the most part, everything else was in stock still. So that was good. They also had this, which is like the program thing. All of this you did have to buy. I think that was all that I got there. Yes, that was all that I got at that. But yeah, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that a lot. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about was Ecchi Expo. So Ecchi Expo is a convention that has gone on for a few. Let me clean that camera. It is bothering me. Excuse me. There we go. So Ecchi Expo has been a convention that has gone on for a little while now. It's been going on for a few years, and basically it is just an 18 plus convention. And I will say this, I have kind of a set standard for the cons that I actually want to go to. And that's why I only go to like Anime NYC or Anime Frontier or like certain conventions that they're close to me. So I'm not going to go way out of my way for a convention that is not worth it. And I was worried that basically what I was going to be getting with. Hang on. This shirt sucks. Hold on. Here, stay there. Okay, that's better. Okay, so let me just start over. Let me start the whole thing over because I'm wearing a different shirt now. So Ecchi Expo. Ecchi Expo was a convention that has been going on for a few years now. It was one that I was kind of hesitant to go to because I don't really want to go to just any convention. I want to go to conventions that I think are worth my time. For instance, Anime NYC, Anime Frontier, those are out of the way, but they make sense to go to them. So like Ecchi Expo has had 3 other locations that they've done before. Hello, Dia. Welcome in. But Ecchi Expo has had 3 locations that they've gone to before. They have gone to Dallas. That's their biggest one, I believe. They go to Denver, and they go to San Antonio. So those 3 are the big 3 that I have considered going to, mainly Dallas and San Antonio, because those are closer. Denver's pretty far. But I've been good. How are you been doing? So San Antonio and Dallas were the 2 that I considered going to, but I never really got around to it. And I'll explain more of that here in a little bit. But as for when they announced Orlando, I was vaguely interested. I was mainly going to wait and see if they announced any guest or anything. And that was really what I was going to like base my decision on if I went to it or not. So, they did announce a few guests, and I will show this off really quickly because this is kind of the simple thing to talk about. But they, we'll look at this here in a minute. Here's some free stuff. So there was 2 guests that I wanted to meet. There was Alexis Tipton, I believe her name is. She is the voice of Mina in Attack on Titan. And then also, hold on. Where did I get the Nezuko? I ordered it. I've had that for quite a while. And I also got the autograph for Megan Shipman here, which is the voice actress for Sasha. So this is actually the last one on the Attack on Titan thing. You can see it right there. This is the last one. It'll go in that. It'll go in this little hole down here, right there. We're gonna finally finish the main cast. Well, kinda. We're missing Ashley Birch, but we'll get to her eventually. Hopefully, she's really hard too. She never does conventions. But anyway, I'll explain what they do here in just a moment. But anyway, so I went to. I ended up going to Ecchi Expo, but all I went to was Friday. And I'm going to preface that by saying I only went to Friday for about 2 hours. And they make it very clear whenever you buy a ticket, whenever you're signing up for stuff, that the best way to enjoy this con is to go for the entire 3-day weekend and to experience all of the after parties, to experience all the panels. They say the more invested you are, the more fun you'll have. They say if you stay at the hotel, you enjoy all that, the amenities and everything, you will have a better time. So I didn't do that, so I'm judging it based off someone that went for 1 day and only a portion of that day. So obviously my judgment is going to be a bit skewed, but I think I can at least make a judgment on whether you should even consider going. But anyway, so I went on Friday, and I will tell you why I didn't want to go before now. I honestly thought, whenever I was reading stuff about this convention and I was looking at stuff online and everything, I'll be honest, I completely thought this was just basically a porn convention. And I didn't want to go to that. I have no interest in going to a convention like that. I do not want to go and just be around a bunch of, for a lack of a better term, perverts. I don't want to be around that. I'm sorry. So I was kind of hesitant to go to it. And if there were no autographs that I needed, I would not have went to it. But I decided to go, and I decided to check it out. And here's what I'll say. I will say that, for one, I was both surprised and disappointed in Ecchi Expo. What I was disappointed about, I want to talk about that first. The stuff I was disappointed about is the merch hall, the exhibit hall. The exhibit hall was insanely small. For reference, have you gone to a music concert before? I did. I went to the Attack on Titan Beyond the Walls concert thing. I'll talk about that more here in a little bit because I am thinking of a few extra things to talk about it. But I'll talk about that again here in a minute because some of you did miss that. But what I will say about Ecchi Expo is the exhibit hall was insanely small. And for reference, say Anime NYC, now I have no reference for Anime Expo, and these numbers are just something that I'm coming up with out of the top of my head. Anime NYC, I would say there are 600-700 vendors, including artists and everything. There's a lot of vendors at Anime NYC. There's a lot. And so with, like, say, WeebCon, at least in Indie, I would say there is more like maybe 200. It's a decent amount, but, it's kind of smaller, but it's still plenty to fill up a day or two. Ecchi Expo, I am going to be honest, I would imagine there was about 40 to 50, and that's about it. It's a very tiny convention thing. It is in a like a ballroom for a hotel, so it is not that big. Um, and I will say this, there was a guy that I was talking to there, and he said that the one in Dallas was much bigger. So as for is Ecchi Expo censoring stuff? No. I will talk about that here in a minute as well. Uh, so how you actually let's talk about that. So when you go into Ecchi Expo, um, you have to, number one, you have to show your ID. Like right off the bat, before you even show your ticket, before you get a badge, before you do anything, at the door, you have to show your ID. If you're not 18, you're not allowed in, which is great. I think that's a great way to do it. Make sure that there's no kids in there. That's great. After that, you get your badge, and then you are able to go and walk around and everything. Um, the um, the like setup that they had to like let you in was kind of tiny, but I mean it was fine. I do think they need a little bit more space, but I think that's a first year problem. I'm not gonna be real strict on that. But after you get in, you can go to the exhibit hall, you can go to the panels, you can go to anything like that. And like I said, I wasn't able to do all that, but it was there. Here's the thing about Ecchi Expo that shocked me and that surprised me in a good way. I go to a lot of anime conventions. You know, I was at Anime NYC like 2 weeks ago. I've been to about 3 or 4 this year, or not 3 or 4, like 4 or 5 this year. So I know kind of what they're like. I've gone to plenty of comic conventions and stuff like that over the years as well. And the problem that a lot of people do face is that when you go to these things, it's kind of hard to talk to anybody. Like, it shouldn't be, but it is. Everybody's kind of awkward around one another. They don't really want to talk. They just want to like kind of do their own thing. They scurry off to go do their thing, and then you'll kind of do your own thing and everything. You will find some people that you want to talk to, but for the most part, it's like you will basically be by yourself unless you bring friends. Here's what I'll say. I was only at Ecchi Expo for 2 hours, and I had like 5 or 6 decent, like sized conversations with people. They were very much like, "Hey, how are you?" Um, at not at Ecchi Expo, at other ones like Anime NYC, you can like come up to somebody and you talk to them, but like you can tell they have somewhere to be. They want to go do something else. Like they're like, I have an autograph I need to do. Hey, nice talking to you. I'm gonna go do this. Now is that everywhere? But you know, a lot of them. That's what the case is. But with this one, what kind of made me happy is I think for one because everybody knows they're 18. I think that helps. Number two, I think it's because everybody kind of knows what they're there for. You're not there for, you don't know if this person is more of a wholesome anime person. You don't know if this person's more of the shonen or ecchi anything. No, here you know what everybody's here for. Easy enough. Also, I think what helps is because there's a lack of stuff to do, you interact with other people more. And I kind of like that. I like being able to interact with the other guests and everything, and I think that's really fun. So, here's the thing before I get into the stuff that I bought there. I personally want to go back to an Ecchi Expo. Necessarily Orlando, I don't know. I think Orlando was kind of tiny, but yeah, you go there to make friends. And I'll say this as well. I was afraid, for one, I said this earlier, I was afraid this would just be a pervert convention, just porn. It's not. There was actually a lot of wholesome cosplay. There was a lot of very nice people. They have really good policies on, like, if you see any a thing that is inappropriate as terms of like any harassment or anything like that, they're very much like, hey, report this. Don't let it go on. And I like that a lot. I think a convention like this, you really have to be aware of that kind of stuff. Otherwise, it can go wrong very quickly. Now, I was only there for one day. I don't know what the rest of the weekend holds for them. They're going to be there today. They're going to be there tomorrow. So hopefully all goes well for them. But I get social anxiety whenever I try to greet people at con. I do too. I really do. But at this con, I really felt like I walked up to this one guy, and he was dressed up as Mario, and I was just like, "Hey, how are you?" Because we were waiting to get in. It was like 2 o'clock, and it didn't open up till 2:30. And I was like, "Hey, how are you? I like the Mario cosplay." And he was like, "Oh yeah." He was like, I was wearing my Metamorphosis T-shirt, and he was like, "I like that. That's funny." And then we just struck up a conversation. It was very easy, and because I don't know, like I said, I don't know exactly why, but it felt easier to talk to people there. I don't know. I don't want to be labeled a creep. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're at a convention called Ecchi Expo, and I honestly think no one would consider you a creep. Just my opinion. Maybe that's different for other people. I didn't feel that way. And maybe it's because, no offense, but maybe it's because I was like, look, I am not as perverted as 90% of the people here, and it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Maybe. I don't know. But I had a lot of fun. I do want to go back. I do plan to go back at some point. I don't have any tickets bought or anything. I won't be going to San Antonio. I won't be going to Denver. It'll either be Orlando or Dallas. So we'll see. Here's another thing that I will say. I have heard many mixed opinions about the staff at Ecchi Expo. This is a behind-the-scenes thing. The staff at Ecchi Expo has been hit or miss from what I've heard online. Some people saying that they are trying to just sleep with some of the staff, which is super inappropriate. I do not like that at all. And then some people saying that they are poorly ran. Here's what I'll say. I signed up, or I applied for a content creator badge for not San Antonio. I applied for a content creator badge for Dallas last year. I did not get one, but I was denied. I was sent an email and I was said, hey, you were not approved, and that's fine. I understand that. But the second one was San Antonio, and I did apply for a content creator badge there. And I did actually get a content creator thing, but I had to sell like 5 badges before I got my own. And I ended up not being able to go for work stuff and everything, so I didn't go to San Antonio, but I did apply and was approved for that one. With Orlando, I applied, and I never got an email. So, personally, I didn't see anything inappropriate with the staff. Everything with the staff seemed fine to me. Like I said, I was only there for 2 hours, but I didn't see anything inappropriate. Also, I did not, I never felt uncomfortable, which obviously I'm a guy, different if you're a girl, but I never felt uncomfortable in anything. And the only bad thing that I have to say about the staff is that they just never got back with my email. Otherwise, they were fine. So, but anyway, that's about all for that. So now what we'll do is we'll look at some merch. And I don't know how much of this I can show. This is Waifu Masters. This is something that I didn't even open. So this was something free they gave me right at the start. Looks like I got a coaster. Don't know anything about any of this. Got a pen. Your last stream when you showcased the Whatnot Funko Pops, I was shocked that there was a Lil Wayne pop. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Here's a sticker. What else is in here? Oh, this is the thing. This thing I got at Anime NYC too. For the otaku box. Oh, okay. So this was just a free bag that they gave me as soon as I walked in. Nothing crazy in here. I'm fairly certain that that is AI art, which I'm not going to get into, but I'm pretty sure it is. So, anyway, free bag. Now, I didn't just buy free stuff. I did buy some other stuff, so let's talk about that. Let's see here. I didn't buy a lot, but I did buy a few things. So here, and I'm gonna have to censor this. So what can I get to censor this? Hold on. I did. Okay. So you know how I am. If you've seen any of my collection videos or whatever, you know that I am a big Lucy fan from Cyberpunk. And so there was a booth there that was selling some Cyberpunk stuff, and I saw one that I was like, man, that is a really cool art print. I like that a lot. I'm gonna buy that. So I did buy it. And then I was driving home and I was like, I'm pretty sure I've bought that before. And I did, it's right over there. So I bought this, and I'll show the bag, which has got this artist thing in it. Actually, you know what, I'll skip that. So here we go. Let's look at this one first, which I can barely show you anything of this little print, but here is the artist. There is his store there. You can go check out this art print there. But yeah, it's a Hana from Azuki-chan. It's a little print here, and it's pretty nice. It's not like super detailed or anything. It was like $5 print. And I really liked his cosplay, so I picked that up. Here we go. There, I can show you that. But I liked his cosplay, so I took a picture of his cosplay, and then I bought a print from him. What else we got in here? We got a bag. Let me see here. So I bought some stickers here, and there's that. This is what the stickers are from. There's the QR code. Whoops, I don't need that anymore. So there was this Marin that I picked up. They did have NSFW version of this one. I didn't really want the NSFW version, so I got the regular Marin here, but I think it's still kind of hot or whatever. Pretty neat. Then they had a Lucy one where she's in like a little cow outfit, and I liked this one. And there also was a NSF, well, there's no way for me to censor this one, but yeah, you can see like her shoulders there. She's not wearing any clothes in that one. Besides basically it's this, but you got rid of this. That's what this other one here is. But anyway, those were neat stickers. They were pretty cheap, so I picked them up. That was the thing. It was like decently priced stuff, so I ended up buying a few things. See ya. Thanks for stopping by, Samuel. I did buy an Ecchi Expo sticker to just put it on my shelf or whatever. Pretty neat. That was just from the official people. Okay, so here's these people. Let me turn the thing around here. Here's that. There's all of their social media and everything. Go check them out if you'd like. But they're like this like photorealistic company, and here's the thing. I thought I never had bought this. I didn't think I've ever seen this artist before. Apparently I have, and apparently I had bought this same print before because it's right over there. So maybe I'll give this away or something. But this is a really nice art print. I like this a lot. I think it looks nice. Pretty solid overall. But are you going to buy the deer? Give me 1 second. I'm going to talk about some Funko Pops actually. And then what they were doing was they had a buy two get one free special. So I bought a. Hang on. I bought an NSFW version of that same print, which is pretty neat. I don't know where I'm gonna hang it, probably won't, but it's well done, so yeah. And then this one, I have no idea. I got another one that is another Lucy. There's no way for me to censor this one. But it's pretty neat, I was pleased with the merch selection. There was not a whole lot, but there was a lot of art, and the art was very good. And here's the thing: if you go to like Anime NYC or WeebCon or whatever, they will have like their safe for work art on the wall, on like the displays and everything. And then they'll usually have like a little binder there at the table that you can open up and you can like look through it, and then there's all the not safe for work stuff in there. You usually have to show your ID before they let you look through that. Here it's just like, bam, displays, breast everywhere. You're like, dang, we're in a different location here. But anyway, I still hang NSFW on my walls. But yeah, if I didn't have my family over very often, I probably would too. No Chizuru. I saw that. Then you got rid of it though. But no, I did not actually find any Chizuru. Otherwise, I would have. Okay. So I actually have a few other things that I bought while I was in Florida. I'll go ahead and go over them. Let me get rid of some of this here. Let me make sure I'm not flashing any nudity at the camera. That'd be bad. But anyway, let's look here. So I did go to a bookstore while I was there. Books A Million. Don't have a Books A Million here, so I bought some books. I bought Girl Crush. I bought Do You Like Big Girls? This is the Omnibus, volume 7 and 8 here. I bought 12 Dirty Deeds to Unite the Princess and Her Heroine. I thought that was pretty neat looking. I bought My Hero Academia Volume 6. I'm still trying to go through there. And then I bought Days with My Stepsister Volume 3 of the manga. Also, this is the badge. If you still doubt that I was there, there's the badge. So pretty neat. I did like, it's a high quality badge, so I will compliment them for that. What's your favorite hentai tag? NTR. Was there lolly stuff? There was, but not a lot. It was not a lot, and I will be honest, I think the reason why is probably because it just wouldn't sell that well. Like, there was some Rebecca stuff, there was, I think there was some Kana stuff. I just think it was most of the people there, being it's an American con, I just think that it would be more, busty things is what would sell. Hello, General Tycho. Welcome to the Twitch stream. Thank you for stopping by. I should have gone. It was pretty good. I will not deny it. It was pretty enjoyable. Let me see here. I bought a few Funko Pops while I was out. These were just ones that I found at different stores. The first one here is something that's a bit controversial, to be honest. And I'm really glad that I actually got these, because I'm working on I've got all the Attack on Titan Pops that are going to be released to the end of 2025. So I was really happy about that. So I can finish my Attack on Titan Funko Pop review for 2025. But I'm working on the Demon Slayer one. And there was a few of them that I was missing, and 2 of them that I did not know when they were going to come out. And thankfully, I went ahead and found them, was these 2. These are the 2 Christmas ones. The glare is really bad right now. They're the 2 Christmas ones. These will be in a video. I'm going to get the rest of the set is coming. I ordered it from Funko, so we'll do the rest of the new wave, and we'll do them at the same time here in a few days, so stay tuned for that. Also, I went to 2nd and Charles whenever I was just going down the road, and I found this Kaguya Nendroid here, which I don't have Kaguya. I have Chika and I have Miko, but I don't have any of the other ones, and I found Kaguya here. And she was $25, and I thought, there is no way this thing is real. But it is. I actually looked at all the tags and everything. I looked at the in depth here and everything. It's real. It's 100% real. Don't know why it was only selling for $25, but hey, I'll take it. Let's see here. Oh, I found this. It's a Sakano, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. It's a little plushie of her, and I was happy to find that. I don't have any merch from that series, so there we go. I have a friend that he really wanted me to watch that series, and he'll enjoy that I picked up something from that. All right, couple more things here. There was a comment that I missed. I thought I missed a comment, but I guess I didn't. I did pick up some other Funko Pops. These were at like a little comic store that I go to whenever I go to Florida because they're really well priced. But I picked up this All Might Weekend. This was, I believe, $10, which is, you can't find that anywhere else. This Todoroki here, this is a glow-in-the-dark version, but I don't really care about the glow-in-the-dark. But it was $12, and the regular version is also $12. So I just picked up the glow-in-the-dark version, and now that completes him. I believe I have every Todoroki pop now out. Also, I got Spinner. Spinner was $15, so not too bad for him. This is one that I've seen a few times, and every time it's for like $25. And I was like, I'm not spending $25 on Spinner, but hey, pretty cool. And then a few more here. This is an interesting one here. Mount Lady. I just bought her regular version at NMLIC. I found her little baseball one here. So this one, they only wanted, I want to say 15. It was either 15 or 12. I believe it was 15. But yeah, solid. I wasn't going to pay any more than 15 for that one, though, because I hate the baseball set. The baseball set sucks. And finally, a pop that I've been looking for a long time, and I could not find it for a good price. People wanted, like, there was some people at Anime NYC where I saw it, and I was like, this is really cool. I need to buy this. And then I looked at it, and they wanted, like, $50 for it. It was either 50 or 60. It was insane. I was like, I'm not spending that. But I bought the La Brava and Gentle Criminal. So pretty neat there. And I got this for $20. So $10 a piece. I was pretty happy about that. So we're getting closer to knocking out the My Hero line. That one's probably one of the bigger lines. You can see some of it over. Wait, no, I can just turn this way. You can see some of it over there. Right there. Up there. So working on that. But yeah, that was it. So I low-key want to get a Lil Wayne Funko Pop. Yeah. Speaking of which, the whole Funko Pop mess with Chalice with the free run, man, that's old news now. Chalice is great because Even got a Dragon Ball one, and boy, was that a mess. They got a new, it's a Dragon Ball Pop, but it is limited to like 1,200. And the way they did it is you either had to sign up for a giveaway that was random, or you had to buy a random pop, and then you were randomly given a pop, and one of the options was the Dragon Ball one. Insane the way they did that. People were spending like 60, 70 bucks on like $5 pops that they were hoping to get the Dragon Ball one. Insanely stupid. And they're getting a General Grievous later this month. I hope, like, no joke, if they got a Chainsaw Man or a Free Ren or a Spy Family, I'd just drop the line. I'd sell the whole line. So if they get one of those, I'm done. I'm not going to collect those lines anymore. Hopefully they don't get like an Attack on Titan thing or anything, because I really like Attack on Titan. But yeah, it was stupid. Stupid. But yeah. But I recommend Dragon Ball Peak Anime. I've heard it's good. It's just, I gotta get into something that long, to be honest, and I don't really have the time for that. I am watching the Horse Girl anime right now. I'm trying to get that done before Demon Slayer because I want the Horse Girl anime to be my 325th anime. So we'll just get that probably done in the next couple days or so because I got to get it done by Thursday because Thursday is the Demon Slayer movie, which, guess what? Spoiler for you guys, but it'll be a full-length video probably on Saturday. But Nezuko is going with me to the movies. We're going to take the big Nezuko plushie to the movies. I think it'll be a funny video. So, what will be your 450th anime? Good gosh, I have no idea. Right now, I'm leaning on, for 350, 350, I was going to make it Sailor Moon, but I'm doubting that now. I've been debating maybe Solo Leveling. I know that's kind of controversial, but maybe. I always make it a big name anime or something that's really popular, or something that's really has a meaning behind it. So every 25, so I don't know. Every 100, I make it something really big, and every 50, I try to make it something decently big. So for reference, 100 was Spirited Away, 200 was Attack on Titan, 300 was My Hero Academia. So 400, I don't know. Might do like Bleach or something. What's the shortest of the big three? I've heard Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter is good, but I don't know. Berserk I've heard is, well, the Berserk anime was bad though, wasn't it? I don't know. I'll figure out something. I'll have some time before then. It's not like I'm gonna be there anytime soon, so we'll see. We'll see. I've also ordered a few things. I've ordered some. Obviously, I said I ordered the Demon Slayer pops. I ordered some stickers from Send Calamity. I've ordered some stuff from them before, and I like their stuff, so I ordered some stickers from them. I do have some Nindroids that came in the mail while I was gone. Is Dragon Ball the shortest? I don't know. Dragon Ball I was kind of considering for 500. My plan right now is to make the 1000th one piece, but we'll see. We'll see. But I did get some Nindroids in the mail while I was gone. I also did get a Funko Pop in the mail while I was gone, so that's somewhere. I had to find out where that went. My mom was supposed to pick that up, so I got to find out. But anyway. But pretty cool. Overall, I think I am pleased with Ecchi Expo. I am pleased with the Attack on Titan tour. There will not be a stream on Thursday this week. Thursday will be the Demon Slayer thing. And then I'm immediately going to start trying to get the... I'm going to do a review / Nezuko video for that. So that should be out probably on Saturday because I'm going to record it all on Thursday, and then I'll either get it out on Friday or Saturday. Hopefully Friday, but probably Saturday. One Piece is amazing. Yeah, it's just so long that I got to really devote time to that. So maybe by 1,000, I'll be making enough money on here to where I can do that. Subathon, to where as long as I'm making enough money, I'll keep watching One Piece. What number anime will you watch to love fruit? So I don't really plan any of them except for like the 20 intervals of 25. So like originally 325 was going to be Cowboy Bebop. However, I didn't really get into Cowboy Bebop as much as I wanted, so I kind of diverted and went to the Horse Girl anime, which I've liked a lot more. So the Uma Mamusume Pretty Derby will be 324. 325 will be Uma Mamusume Cinderella Grey. So we'll watch that. And then 326 will be Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 1. And so then we'll go from there. One Punch Man is one that I probably will get to. That might be 350. I don't know. But it's one that I'm curious about. But we'll see. We'll see. Plenty that I'm interested in. Plenty of big stuff that I haven't watched. So we'll definitely get around to it. But yeah, I haven't watched Kalubru, and there was another one. High School DxD. Haven't watched that one. But anyway, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching. It's kind of a shorter stream. Really didn't have a lot planned. I'm just kind of go over stuff. Next week, next Thursday, my plan is to work on the Attack on Titan thing again. So we'll do some painting, we'll do some stuff like that. I thought what would be fun is that I have you guys ask me a bunch of questions on Twitter or whatever, and then I answer all of them on here. So we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, I think it'd be fun. So we'll see, we'll see. And then besides that, there will be a video out on Monday. I'm surprised you haven't watched High School DxD. Yeah, I just saved certain ones for no reason, but yeah. There will be a video out on Monday. No videos out this weekend. Besides, no, there won't be any. Maybe some shorts, but probably not. There might be a short. Maybe. I don't know. Shorts will be back next week. I just didn't have time to edit them. I did have a friend do one of them to do the voiceover work for it. So I appreciate you guys, to anyone that watched that, for not being mean to the replies to her. I was afraid that that would happen, but it was not. Everybody was pretty cool. So, yeah. I think that's about it. I'm going to go put some figures from last month on the shelves, and then record some videos for next week and some shorts, and then record some audio for some shorts. So lots to do. I am back home for good now, at least until December. So all will be good in content coming out regularly. So stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. And there'll probably be an edited version of this out in a couple days. So if you're interested in that, it'll be the Ecchi Expo version. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in about 2 weeks for another